Can we talk? There was some of everything going on tonight.
And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I want to put my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag in all its forms. What, Cookie?
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for season 10, episode 11 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Hot mess. Hot mess. I came in here and I said, okay, I can see right away. I said, there's going to be some stuff going on. And I know I'm going to have to address some things and drag some folks and soapbox and all the things that I do. I knew. I just knew. I said, it's all going to come into play tonight. But God knows, when I started watching, they were backpedaling and pussy popping. They were belly flopping, pin dropping, kick spinning, and carrying on. It was just too much. It was too much. I said, are you kidding me? Stop. Whatever. We're going to talk about it all. So let's go. Okay, first things first. Cooking class over at Portia's house where these whores don't cook nothing, okay? They just basically hired a chef to cook up some food. Kim come over there. She's talking, oh yes, Kim's been vegan and she's vegetarian and this, that, thing. Kim ain't shit. Kim ain't shit. Kim's, oh, I tried to be vegan for like 2 days. You tried to be vegan for 2 days. You tried to be a cancer patient. You tried to be a singer. You tried to be pretty. You always trying something, bitch. Why don't you try yourself a seat and go somewhere and sit down? She sat over there at Portia's house, and Portia, I said, you ain't learned nothing either. You get ready to start a whole new rumor. They said he talked about Kenya. And then she'll say, yeah, she screwed in the car outside the McDonald's. Then she cleaned up and said, oh, girl, I just made that up. Bitch, you ain't had enough of making up stories? Making up stories ain't get you in enough trouble yet? You don't sit your goddamn ass down somewhere, Portia, you simple bitch. Then she sits up there. I said, just, all of it is just a mess. It's all just it's a mess. Ridiculous. Stone cold ridiculous. Anyway, they did all that. They talked about Cynthia. They talked about Kenya. It's ridiculous. And then tell me why the whole time they were over there at the house, making a meal, having a visit, Croy's out waiting in the car. Are you working here or not, whore? Is you working, whore? Or what are you doing? You working part-time? And your husband just sits in the car until you finish and then you go in on out. Crazy shit. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous to even watch. It's ridiculous. Moving on. Let's talk about Candy and the cult. The cult that is Candy Coated, whatever the hell they are. They're down there. They're planning this party for Candy's release for her Essence magazine cover. Said, okay, cool. Whatever. That's fine. And they're going through all of these things. And originally, Dawn Juan didn't invite Portia. Portia wasn't invited. And she shouldn't have been. She should be invited. She's not your damn friend. She's not your friend. Candy wants her invited because she wants to gloat. I want to show her what winning looks like, Candy. Candy, you're looking petty. You're looking petty. You're doing things on a scale so high that this type of pettiness, shouldn't even enter the room. You're looking real petty right now. But whatever. Don Juan ends up putting her on to the guest list. Never understand it. Why people want to be around people that they don't like. Why? Why? Why is it necessary for you to be around people that you know you don't like? Seriously, all of the feelings that we've had about what Portia did to Candy and all that, it was wrong. But the way Candy's acting, it just negates all of it. Like, who even, I don't even want to hear about it no more. It's like, if Portia take and piss on your shoes, you just deserve it because you want no business being around her. You don't like her. You flat out don't like her. Why are you making it your business to be around her? Ridiculous. Anyway, Cynthia and Will. The two of them get to talking about basically the status of what it is that they're doing. About building trust in this whole 9 yards. She's like, I trust him and this, that, and the other. Girl, yeah, she falling for him hard fast. Now, Will basically sat there and told Cynthia he wants to be exclusive with her. He really don't want to date other people. He wants to know that they are there or they're trying to date and all this. She's sitting there telling him, no. That's not really what I had in mind. I really wanted to just take some time since I just got out of my marriage. And I want to take some time and really date around and really find myself and have myself a good time and that kind of thing. And he's like, that ain't really what I wanted to do, But, he's like, hey, go ahead, get it out your system and, whatever. So I'm laughing. And when he's saying this, I said, he's macking you, bitch. He's macking you. Because ain't no man voluntarily doing this. Okay, go ahead and date around shit. You're being macked. But okay. I said, I'm going to keep on watching. Shortly thereafter, we see Eva Marcel shows up on the scene. She's hanging out with Nene. And they're talking, and she's talking about how she just came to Atlanta and all of this. And her boyfriend is actually running for mayor of Atlanta. And Nene extends an invitation to her to come with her to the party for Candy. And of course, Eva's like, oh, yeah, girl, I'm down. And I'm like, okay, cool. We will get back to them in a second. We move on over. And then they try to make this thing like Eva and Nene are such good friends. They're not like that. They're not friends all like that. That bullshit. She don't even know her daughter. Ain't never even met her daughter. Baby, 3 years old. She ain't never even met her. So no, they not friends all like that. Okay? Not at all. Let's move on to Kenya and Shay. Kenya, now this is what my issue is with Kenya. Kenya's on my nerves. She's one of them people that you so happy and so ridiculous. You act like ain't nobody else never got married before, bitch. We'll need to hear Kenya's 12 steps to how marriage works. Bitch, you don't even know what you're doing just yet. If you don't shut up and get somewhere and sit down. And her girlfriend Shay was looking and rolling her eyes like, oh, Lord, child, do I have to go through the marriage handbook with this bitch? Ridiculous. Like, her whole conversation is just irritating. It's like, girl, you sound like a child with a brand new toy who's never had a toy before. Bitch, I'm over it. Over it. Completely over it. She's out there supposedly buying some weightlifting equipment for the husband. Anyway, she's just babbling. That's what she was doing, babbling about marriage, and I was sick of it. Move on to the party. Now here's where all the bullshit went down. On the way to the party, Eva ends up telling Nene about this whole Will thing. She knows Will. She met Will at some event, some political event. He took pictures with her and Michael and all of this and all of that. In the midst of that meeting, she met his girlfriend. This was just a few months ago. He had sat in a party because they got there first. He inside the party had told Cynthia that he'd been single for 2.5 years, that he hadn't dated anybody in 2.5 years. Mr. Will, you're a liar, aren't you, bitch? You're a liar because you ain't stopped dating no 2.5 years ago, and just 2-3 months ago you introduced this woman as your girlfriend, and you did that shit. I don't believe Eva was lying on you. You did that. But anyway, they up there in the party. He ends up showing up. And the girls all gathered, and it ended up being an explosion because he ended up getting outed in all of his lying and his lying ways. Before that, though, let's go back for a little bit. We got Portia. Portia and Shamia get there. Tell me why were Don Juan, Carmen, and even Candy were shady to Portia. Tell me why you invite people to your function to be shady to them. I said, this was another Mariah and Dr. Heavenly situation. You invited this girl to your party for the sole purpose of mistreating her. That makes you not a very nice person, doesn't it? Straight cold shading her. Why'd you invite her, Candy, really? It's really such a bad look. It irritated the fuck out of me. Anyway, so we were going back over to the Eva and Will and all this. The girls had actually gathered in a huddle, and they actually had started talking about this shit. This was right after a speech. Oh, let me finish that part out. This was right after a speech that Todd started. Todd gave a speech about Candy and how proud he was of her, and then threw shade at Kim and Portia about the relationships that Candy has with them. Just straight up shaded them. Same way Mariah did Dr. Heavenly a few weeks ago on Married to Medicine. Who does that? Who brings somebody into a room full of people and then dish total shade where everybody knows that you're people, but people will do it. People will do it, and people who do those things deserve to have their asses whipped. They really do. They deserve to have their asses whipped. Because you sitting around here Watusi all of somebody else's goddamn expense. Like, who does that? I was disgusted, but anyway. So the girls huddle up. They get the information out there about Will. Well, right before the stuff with Will blows up, Peter's there. Of course, Peter was invited because of Todd. Peter ain't got it for seeing Cynthia with no other man, okay? He stayed there for the speech and shit. Oh, and after Todd did his speech, then Candy actually got up on stage and threw a little more shade with her acceptance speech. Mess. Anyway, Peter left. He excused himself and he left. Then the shit blew up with Will. It gets all out there. It gets all cracking. They pull Cynthia to the side. Cynthia is looking real simple. And instead of just saying, we're not exclusive, we're just hanging out, she played it right up like him and her were a couple, and how dare he, and he might be lying, and you ready to cry and all this. Wait a minute, Cynthia, bitch. Now you backpedaling and pussy popping, bitch, because you're the same whore who said that you didn't want to date like that you wanted to just play the field, that you might have wanted to shake his dick a little bit, but you wanted to keep it moving. You didn't want to claim it. You wanted to shake it, but you didn't want to claim it. This is what you said. Now you backpedaling and pussy popping, and you about ready to cry when it looks as though he actually does have someone else that he might be interested in. So what is it, bitch? Which one is it? Do you want to date, whore? Or do you not want to date? Which is it? Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Too much going on. I said, girl, this is like you giving a death drop into the motherfucking Kool-Aid that's resting right over top of the goddamn coleslaw. Everything's going to get mixed up and it's going to be a whole hot, sweet mess. Make up your mind, Cynthia. What's it going to be? You were okay with it when you thought that you was going to be the only one out there doing multiple datings. But now that you think that the dick is a little hot out here in these streets, now I don't want to be made to look like no fool. Yes, you do, bitch. Because that's what you said. You said that. That man told you he didn't want to do all that. You said you wanted to do that, bitch. You said that. Anyway, so Will got mad. And then he calls Eva out. He's like, Eva, this is messy. You know, he's like, and I don't even know y'all. I don't know y'all like that. Like for real? Really? Like, what are you really doing here? So he was disgusted. And I don't even know how I felt about that. Eva was out of order because you just started some shit. Why? It just seemed like a good idea to you to start some shit the first time you ever be around the girls. You just seemed like a good idea to you to start some motherfucking shit. I said, okay. I mean, but it is what it is. You know, the truth is what the truth is. It is what it is. She told the shit, and he got all tied up in it. Then Nene going to jump in and say, well, wait a minute. What you're not going to do is be over there acting like you got an attitude with Eva. And I don't know what, like, you're not just going to be arguing with no woman. I said, oh, we're pulling the woman card again. Because y'all started the shit with him. Y'all blew his evening up, and now you're playing the woman card, right? No, Nene. And again, hasn't it been said before that you're not a woman, that you're a moose, bitch? I know, that was mean, but I meant it. Fuck you, Nene. Go somewhere and sit down with that bullshit. Anyway, so this is what went on. I look over there at Cynthia. Cynthia, you done played yourself all out of your goddamn comfort zone. Bitch, are you standing there a supermodel? You're standing there with your shoes in your hand, bitch, at a party. Bitch, you know you need your ass whooped. You took your shoes off because you all fucked up behind this bullshit and sitting over there ready to get the crown and carrying us. If I'd have been anywhere near her and had a licking stick, I'd smack her across the back of her neck. It's just ridiculous. You got what you said you wanted. Now deal with it. Ridiculous. But we cut out, and I guess we'll continue back there because Cynthia ended up telling Eva, you know what, girl, it is what it is, and I'm not upset. But if you have any information about somebody I'm dating, please come on and tell me, and I'll appreciate it. Baby, that Portia turned around and said, well, be as though you brought it up, honey. I said, oh. I think she's getting ready to dish some kind of tea because it cut right there. I said, Will, you messy as hell, Will, ain't you? And you're a liar. All right, well, I will see y'all next week. I'll catch y'all later. Bye.